Hello, everyone. This is the Insert Title Show, and I'm your host, Wolf Strive. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about Tomb Raider Underworld. I just went through it, and it was okay. I was actually kind of disappointed in it, oddly enough. Yeah, I thought Legend was going to be kind of the crappy one, but it actually was surprisingly very good, and I was hoping Underworld would be like the badass one, but it was actually kind of underwhelming. The game came out in 2008, so it's a 7-year-old game. The I guess I'll do the positives first. The graphics are very, very good, especially for the time. Lara Croft looks great. The environments look gorgeous. I mean, they look realistic as hell, which is a good thing aesthetically speaking, but kind of a bad thing gameplaying wise, because it makes it very tough to kind of figure out what to do and stuff. Like in Thailand, there's a lot of foliage and stuff, so it's kind of tough, like figuring out, all right, where the fuck am I supposed to go? But very, very pretty game, very nice to look at and stuff. The story was interesting. I liked how it tied in with the storylines from Legend and Anniversary. I liked that a lot. In fact, there's a couple of really big surprises in this game that have to do with those two games, so that's pretty cool. What else? The sharks were pretty cool in the game. Pretty realistic, I guess, especially the kinds of sharks they had. I think they had like thresher sharks and most of it. Then at the end, they have like these Baltic sharks, which are pretty cool. So pretty cool with the sharks. The bad guys were kind of interesting, giant spiders, undead Vikings, that kind of thing. Yeah, this one was pretty cool. It had a lot of Norse mythology and stuff, and at the end of the game, you get to wield a mythical weapon, kind of like how you did at the end of Legend, so that was pretty cool. But I guess my beefs are it's just not really a fun game to play. The puzzles are pretty tricky. The combat is not really good at all. I mean, I gave Legend a lot of slack because it came out in 2006. It was the first, that at the time next gen Tomb Raider game. So I kind of gave it a lot of slack with the combat system, but at least Legend was fun to play. Underworld is not fun at all, really, to play. But I got through it, and I guess the problem is, this game came out in 2008. That's a year after Halo 3, Mass Effect 1, Call of Duty 4, and God of War 2. This game came out a year after all those games. And it also came out the same year Metal Gear Solid 4 came out. I'm not giving this game a pass on its shitty combat system, okay? Just not going to do it. The story, though, was interesting, like I said, but it wasn't really all that well handled, I think. Lara Croft comes across very cold and distant in this one, but I guess that's kind of how she is. She's a genius, she's a badass, she's had to kill a lot of people. It's kind of like imagine Solid Snake without the Colonel, Naomi, or Mei Ling, or Otacon to talk to. I mean, he wouldn't be saying anything. He'd just be this kind of cold, ruthless kind of guy. That's kind of how Lara Croft would be too, because she's a genius. Solid Snake's a genius. They've both killed a lot of people. And that's just in this one, she's not really talking to really anybody, so that kind of makes her a little more cold and stuff. But it's realistic, I guess. But yeah, the story just yeah. But thankfully, the levels near the end get pretty good, so that definitely helps the game out some. But yeah, it just wasn't. I just didn't like it as much as Legend and Anniversary, so I was pretty disappointed. And before playing it, I read a bunch of critic reviews on Wikipedia about it and stuff, and they were like mostly in the 70s and mid 70s. So I was like, critics are usually assholes though, so I was like, maybe they're just wrong. But no, they were actually pretty accurate in this one. So it's a good game. If you did Legend and Anniversary, I would definitely recommend you finish up the Crystal Dynamic Tomb Raider trilogy, if you want to call it that. During playing it, though, I was absolutely like, okay, I can see why they did a reboot after this. It's just kind of like, all right, they had to tear down what they built and start from scratch, and that's kind of what they did with the reboot. So I definitely understood that after playing this. So I just hope that the new Tomb Raider series they have going now is good. I know I don't even know what to call it, the sequel to the reboot comes out in November, and I hope it's really good. But I guess whenever they get tired of doing this reboot series, all they have to do is basically end it with Lara Croft getting a call from Natla and while she's in Calcutta, India, because that's exactly where Anniversary starts off. So I guess that's really all they have to do. Because oddly enough, I thought Legend was a reboot, but I guess it was. But technically, Anniversary took place years before that one, so it was really Anniversary, Legend, and then Underworld. So yeah, I guess if they ever want to finish off the reboot series, they just have to end it where Anniversary started off. So yeah, I really did enjoy going through these Tomb Raider games. Check them out if you want to.